Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good week. So I'm not really sure why Josh stole my thunder today, not really sure. Also, I'm going to be posting this on time, so there may be some trouble with time zones, but as it turns out, that's what my blog rant is actually going to be about, so here it goes anyway. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good week, or you just had a good week, I guess. Depends on if you define Sunday as the weekend or the week beginning. But anyway, this week I didn't really do anything like crazy or special, so I'm going to give a quick rant, which will be fun. I'm actually going to give two rants, and then I'll give you just a quick update on what I did. So, rant number one, time zones. As most of you know, I'm on the Pacific Standard Time zone. West Coast time. That means I'm 3 hours behind most of you, especially those on the East Coast. This means that if you text me and it's 8 a.m. where you are, it's 5 a.m. where I am. So please, before you text me, at least in the morning hours, do the calculation, because, well, okay, if you text me and it's 5 a.m. my time, number one, it'll probably wake me up, which will make me a sad Carl. Number two, I won't respond because I'll be tired and go back to bed. And number three, I'll probably forget to respond when I actually wake up, because then it won't be an unread text message anymore. So just keep that in mind. But I love you all, except when you wake me up at like 4 a.m. But conversely, on the bright side, if it's really late at night, you can probably text me and I'll be awake. Unless you're Trisha, in which case you text me at 6 a.m., which is 3 a.m. my time, still awake from the previous night. So, yeah, that's my rant. Okay, so what I did. First, I got to watch a movie with a friend who was house sitting, and we watched No Strings Attached, and it was good. It was kind of a chick flick, and I'm not a huge fan of chick flicks, but if you like them, I guess, you know, this is the movie for you. But this is where rant number two comes in. It stars Natalie Portman. Okay, whenever I watch a Natalie Portman movie, I end up just sort of staring at Natalie Portman's forehead the entire movie. And I think that might have been my problem with this movie. So, like, you know, you're watching a Natalie Portman movie and you just notice, like, oh, her forehead's kind of big. And it, like, draws you in, and you just keep looking at her forehead. So I missed, like, a good two-thirds of the movie just looking at Natalie Portman's forehead. So that's rant number two. Okay, and quick update on what else I did. I volunteered again at the Portland Japanese Gardens, which led to some serious, true, like, so Portland moments. Two, in fact. So, first one, this lady came up to me, and I was working a bonsai exhibit. Bonsai is like growing small trees artistically, for those of you that don't know. And she came up to me and she asked what type of moss was used in this bonsai exhibit. And I was like, well, I don't know, but, you know, maybe the other volunteer will know, because the other volunteer actually knew a lot about bonsai. And she's like, oh yeah, Mr. Kubayashi, who is this artist, had it flown in from Tokyo. And this lady gives us like literally like a 5-minute rant about how using moss from Tokyo isn't environmentally sustainable, and how we should be ashamed as members and volunteers of the Portland Japanese Gardens to be using moss that was airlifted from Japan. And so I guess that was just a true So Portland moment, because I think nowhere else would someone get that emotional about the fact that someone flew some moss across the Pacific Ocean, but I guess everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And number two, some guy came up to me and he was like, hey, so do bonsai live like longer than 5 years? And I was like, yeah, they're known to live for like hundreds of years. And he goes, oh, well, you see, this one time in my sustainable garden, in which I only grow sustainable plants, I planted this bonsai, and it died within the first year. And so I kind of concluded that they just weren't sustainable at all. And I really like to only keep my garden sustainable, so I don't think I'll plant another bonsai there. And I was like, okay. Newsflash, if you kill the plant, it's not sustainable. So it's probably something you did wrong. Alrighty, everyone, have a good week. I was going to ask Josh to sub for me for next week, but it looks like I'm going to have to find someone else. So if you're interested and you actually watch this entire video, which will impress me, just shoot me a text or an email and you can have the slot.